Priority for him. One of the things I do wonder, if you are emotionally available to me as a connection, I'm not sure if I feel that 100%.
We've kept in touch this whole time.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
In my mind, coming here, I was like, clearly I have connections and we're all dealing with the same people. So I'm going to I'm going to avoid stuff. I'm just going to see what they rather do.
But is that you? Is that you in full expression?
It's not, but how can I be in full expression when you're not in full expression with me?
No, it's not like that. If you feel like you want to have a conversation, you say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do what Lauren does. Like, you can't, don't try and dim your light or try and, like, maneuver other people. Just do you. I feel like with Lauren, she's playing a lot of chess. Like, does he like me? How much does he like me? Okay, if he likes me, I'll talk to this person. Oh, I'm not this person's top connection. So let's see how this happens. And it's like way too much calculation.
Someone said politician Bello. What do we think about this conversation between Bello and Lauren? Did he politic here? Did Bello politic here with Lauren? Did he manage her well? Did he play her? What do we think about the Bello and the Lauren conversation? Is she calculated? As somebody would say, is she calculated as well because of how she was playing the game in regards to Bello as well, holding the cards close to her chest as well. Who should I go to begin this?
I don't know. Is Lauren in the chat?
More than likely, but she hasn't got membership yet, so maybe she is, but not maybe to type. Go on.
I have a different view about Lauren. I don't know if this is how they're portraying her or if she's not just got enough screen time, but every time I see her, she's in this victim mode. It's Vince and her, something is happening between Vince and her. It's always something happening. And for me, there's a little bit of an element of like a woe is me mindset. I don't know what it is. And it's really like, I can see how that could be draining for people. Like, you're just engage with the guys who you like. I feel like there's always, I see where Bella is coming from. That's how I see it. I don't know if I'm wrong. Like, that's how I'm and maybe it could be just the screen time. And with the Vince thing, playing on his high, like, again, trying to pick on somebody and then playing the victim in an element of like, you should have been known better. I mean, that's a sensitive space for men and for, most people. Like, you know what you were doing. She's not comfortable. I mean, she knows that, okay, she's a tall girl. I'm sure she doesn't, not every guy is at her height level. And that is also a pain point for her. I'm sure it has been. So for her to play on Vince like that was also a bit funny, or her friends to do it. And then for her not to even empathize was a bit interesting. So I don't know. I feel like she's sweet, but there's an element of like a woe is me mindset that to me, even if I'm like, it's a bit much. I'm like, just show up, girl. Be authentic. There's something about her that's not really giving. I don't know what it is, but it's frustrating a little bit because it's like, just like, please me, make me happy. I'm like, girl, nobody got time.
Thank you, Penny. I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely hear you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Do I go left or do I go right? Do I go up or do I go down? How do I look at it? I don't know why I say up because I'm up already. But let me go for Seaway on my left-hand side. Seaway, you there?
I'm here.
Sanka, you there? Want to know your thoughts on Lauren versus Bello, the situation, how you saw it. What did you perceive from that situation? I know you got a strong opinion on this too.
Yeah, the conversation with I felt like this was kind of what happens when you try to stand your ground or try to express yourself, but you are met with a person who is a master manipulator. I think she attempted to kind of speak on how she felt, but it was when Bello kind of responded with the gaslighting and the manipulation of it all, she just kind of fell back. And sometimes it's exhausting when you're trying to have a conversation with someone who can be manipulative or, give con artist vibes, in my opinion. And so that's really all I got from that conversation. I was hoping that she was going to kind of just say, hey, I see you got your backpack in Dominique room. I see that you're locked in with Dominique. Is that it for me and you? But I feel like we couldn't even get to that conversation, or we didn't even see that conversation because he was playing mental games. So I was like, oh, Bello's bellowing. Because somehow he turned it in, you got to play the game too. And I'm like, this man is a manipulator. Like, we couldn't even get to the conversation of it all. So you gotta be able to stand your ground. And if you can't stand your ground, leave these manipulative men, gaslighting men alone. I'd be quick to tell a man he gaslighting, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. The whole situation with Vince is a whole different subject though. So I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. But the conversation with Bello, yeah, she tried to call him out, but it didn't work. Because he flipped it and reversed it. So yeah.
Appreciate Elsid.
Yeah, Bello gave me a clear case of, I know the men are in charge. The men have the power. And because I have the power, you got to play my game. That's what he was giving me. It was very, very icky. From the moment he said, well, you could have called me. She's like, mm-mm. So Bello is seeing himself as the prize. He's seeing himself as, you got to come chase me. You got to come to me, baby girl. It was very, very condescending. Even the tone of it, how it came across. And it was like, well, if you don't play, you ain't going to get noticed. And if you ain't going to get noticed, you going to just go home. It was very icky to me. It was very, very icky. And I was like, every week I see more and more about Bello. And every week, I'm not liking it. From the minute he told Lauren back then, I'm an open book, ask me anything, it set off all my alarm bells with Bello. And every week he's showing me more and more that he playing. Not only playing them, playing the game, playing Dom too. But that is just my thought on them. But, I don't know why. Exactly, Siwa. I don't know why we did not hear. Why are your bags in Dominique's room? Are they going to stay there? Is that where you intend to spend the night? Those are the questions we needed to hear, more so than, him, telling her she needs to chase him.
Definitely hear that. You know what I mean? Definitely hear that. I mean, if you got it, you got it. Shoot. They want to chase you, they want to chase you. Jay?
Well, El said, I answer your question first. Why y'all didn't hear that? Because Bello shifted the conversation before y'all could. You know what I'm saying? He made sure to shift blame and accountability to her. Therefore, she's fighting for her life instead of actually putting him on the ropes and having him complain on why his bag's in that other lady room. We just stayed on focus. This is where I fought Lauren. She just needed to stay focused, stay on task, stay on point, stay on the conversation. Like, no, I am being my authentic self. My authentic self is telling you right now, why your bag's in that lady room? And what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Instead of falling for that okie doke, oh, be yourself. But I'm trying to be myself, but I can't be myself because you're not being you. No. Stay focused, sis. That was the only mistake you made up in that. And like Seaway said, you're going up against a master manipulator. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all go and watch his eye contact with every last one of them, I tell you every single way he was being a player in this. And this is why I'm so sparked up over here. And I've been up here smiling up here because he's piqued my dark arts side of me. And I'm just like, oh, he is good at playing in the gray area. He even does it in body language. He is an overall scammer, con artist. Y'all have to be careful. Okay, very careful when you walk amongst this creature. Yes, and I'm going to say it like that because he's a shapeshifter. He has crafted a whole scenario for each and every last one of these ladies on how he's going to shake and move. Y'all watch How to Be a Player. Go back and watch it. He is mastering all of those moves in this whole scenario right here. And I'm like, oh my God. I was wondering when we was going to get here. And I love every second of it. However, it's not good for relationships at all. Okay. We're just going to stay focused. Not good for relationships at all. Because you cannot trust this man on the streets ever. He got Dominique in the chokehold. He's telling one to hold on and the other one to chase. He knows his clientele. He knows what he's up against. He is very dangerous. That's why I say beware of this creature. I'm trying to warn y'all. I'm trying to warn y'all. Don't ask me how I know.
Don't forget holding Ashley's hand and being emotional.
I'm trying to tell you the eye contact with these two ladies and the difference of eye contact to the lady he was smashing. When you smash them, you ain't got to look at them no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really got to look at them no more. While they trying to stare you in your eyes, you off staring everywhere else. But you're going to make sure you make direct eye contact to the two ladies you're not really invested in. He is dangerous. He is making soul connections to things he don't want. Be careful. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. Warning.
I hear you. Sean?
Well, I don't know how much I have to add to what everyone has said. I would say that two things shifted the power dynamic. And anytime you have a power dynamic that's overly shifted, somebody that can't handle their power is going to act the way Bello acts. So one, the men are in power, so that immediately puts them in a offensive place because now the women are, a little bit off foot because the men are going to be deciding their fate and they're all in this compressed environment together. So you kind of watch and you see people scramble. So one, that already does something. And the other part was Lauren did herself a disservice because she also yielded her power to Bello when she sat down and she told him, hey, supermodel, right? Now she's already letting him know that I see that you are highly coveted amongst the ladies. And I'm trying to see where I fit within your, paradigm to be chosen. And I get it. It's a hard thing to navigate, but you're already on the back foot because somebody's getting eliminated and it's a woman. Then you're going to yield to him and call him a supermodel, and you go in kind of sheepishly, like almost asking him, what should I do? And then what does he do? And I've seen guys do this. He coaches her. You know what I mean? The idea is she's coming to him like somebody that's genuinely looking for a relationship. They're going to reassure you, speak plain if they're not interested, like say, hey, listen, I've enjoyed our company up to this point, but I really don't know where we stand. I like you, but I don't know if the romance is, whatever it is. Or I do like you, Lauren. I just want you to be comfortable and confident enough to be yourself, right? Whatever it is. And I think like when we've watched in the house, like whenever it gets to these like when they get to the cabin or the getaway and they're all together, most people start to lock in and we have deep conversations. I can't disagree with anything the lady said because Bello is, if Cardi is surface and a puddle, Bello is as deep as a thimble because he's not seeing his true intentions, especially with Lauren. Like he's kind of placated Dom a little bit, but hasn't gone. There was nothing in depth about this conversation. All he did was coach her, redirect her, tell her, baby girl, pat her on her head, baby girl, be yourself. And then was low-key mean, high-key mean, when he reminded her that this is elimination time. Like, you got to step it up. Like, you don't, that's why she's already here having the conversation with you. Again, I wish she wouldn't have yielded her power, like by going with, because he's going to do what he's going to do regardless. So this is just me. I don't care if I'm on the back foot, I'm never gonna yield my power to someone and say, oh, you're a supermodel. Like, what are we doing? And why are we doing that? And I also think, lastly, I'll end on this, and this just happens in life. I think Bello is getting access to women like Lauren and some of the other ladies. It's proximity. This is the environment he's in. Lauren is calling him a supermodel because he's got one of the baddest that really likes him. And I think sometimes as men, we benefit, like that's how we also benefit from having women around us, especially beautiful women. So it adds to our cachet when we have a beautiful woman that also likes us. And I think Lauren may be yielding herself to the allure of that, because would she really like somebody like him? Would she really like somebody that's really not pouring back into her, giving her the things that she feels she desires in a relationship? I don't know. I would hope not. So sometimes I think like that's also a lesson. Like don't look to the left and the right to see who your competition is to determine how you're going to move. Look to see like what you're getting from that actual person, and is that somebody you really want to build with?
I definitely hear you. Listen, I think it was excellently played by Bello. You know, I think, you know, this was a beautiful, beautiful movement by Bello. And, you know, he coached Lauren into a space where it's almost like, if you want to quit, you can quit, but it ain't gonna be me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you should quit, you know, but if you're gonna be here, you're gonna have to chase a little bit harder. But if you're gonna quit, I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? You got Ashanti doing a little bit much, you got Dom doing a bit much. If you're gonna stay here, you're gonna have to do a little much, you know.